Hi, my name is Sarah, and I want to tell you a little bit about my diagnosis and about myself. I was diagnosed with myoclonus and around, I believe, 89, and then just recently I was diagnosed with Dopa responsive dystonia. And I just wanted to explain to a lot of people around the world and nearby how dystonia affects myself and others who have it. First of all, a lot of people don't understand what myoclonus or dystonia is. And the only way that I can truly explain it is from experience. You can read all the books in the world, but basically your brain and your body aren't in sync with each other, and you can give your brain a command, but that doesn't mean that your body is going to follow through with that command. And if you can picture a computer where it has so much to do, there's so much in it, and it's on overload, just like this computer, it will have warning signs that it's just tired, and then eventually the programming in it goes wrong, and it will either freeze or shut down. And that's what's been happening to me all of my life since I was 4 years old. And even in kindergarten, I remember I couldn't sit up anymore, and we were playing singing our little songs, and I'd just fall asleep, and my little body was so tired. And this happened every day, and my mother came to explain to the teacher that it was an unknown neurological problem. And so my teacher had a mat where I laid on that mat in a back room, and I loved because it was so quiet, and it just felt good to just take a nap and recharge. And I was told by the doctors, and my mom was told, that this disorder would go away, it will improve or go away as I got older. But seemed like every month or so, I have another symptom or another challenge with certain things that came so easily for the other children. And so this isolated me in so many ways, because there were times that people were afraid of me or afraid that they would hurt me. And you can't really hurt a person with dystonia by hugging us or loving us. Just the harsh words are what makes it so difficult. And just recently, I went to a store, well, actually before Christmas, and some young ladies were laughing at me, and it really makes you not want to go out. There's so much more to life than talking about someone or laughing at them. What happened to the good old-fashioned asking someone if they're okay or if they need any help. But anyway, my head was turning more last year, and the pain was excruciating. And once in a while, beer would help. Alcohol, not any alcohol, basically beer and wine helps the other neurological part about me, and it kind of stabilizes my balance. And I feel more balanced when I have wine or alcohol, and I have less tremors. The problem is you can't mix alcohol with a lot of medications, so I had to make a choice. And because I have dystonia, I really needed something to help me to continue to walk to breathe, and to eat. The Dr. Praveen Diallo at the movement disorder clinic at U of M diagnosed me with Dopa responsive dystonia. And he told me, he says I could either have one or the other, but they're both genetic. I could have the myoclonic dystonia or the Dopa responsive dystonia, but both, from what I can understand, both disorders are genetic. And it's like if you have the myoclonic dystonia, you have two different types of neurological problems that can go wrong. So when you're out there and you're among too much and you're overextending your body, it's just an overload to the brain, and the body can't carry that overload. It's like a robot that's gone out of control and where the wiring is disconnected. But anyway, I was just recently just having problems with the dye in the drug called Cinemet. That's the carbidopa levodopa. And my face would burn, my body would burn, my back would burn, and it affected my feet the most. And I've never had such severe problems like this with my feet. And when it affected my airway, I knew. And so I called the doctor, and they're still working on having the insurance pay for my medication, but Pharmacy Solutions on Jackson Road was able to formulate a dye-free carbidopa levodopa combination, and it really works great. I don't have the intensity of side effects, even in my thinking and breathing. I can breathe so much better without all that dye in it. And I have asthma and vocal cord problems, and I even almost died from having severe allergies to too many substances. And I also have spinal cord deformities from seat 1 down to my thoracic spine. And if I gain weight, I have to lose weight now so that fat will not lodge in my spinal cord, and that causes more nerve pain. And so I have to really take care of myself. There's a lot of prep that I have to do before I can even leave my home. And just, all of my life I've had this intense struggle, but somehow I was able to find strength and survival. And even, with a lot of the doctors at the university, they didn't know what to think of me. And I think the hardest thing is when I was thought to be a drug addict and was tested for cocaine, and I had just went to the ER because my pain had gotten so severe, and I suffered the trauma of the years of abuse that really had taken a toll. It's been a worldwide of abuse for me, and so I don't trust a lot of people, especially when I'm by myself. And but in 2007, a friend of mine took me to see Dr. Andrew Heyman, and he cared for me regardless of the financial problems that I didn't have. And Sahara Swadan continues to help me because the insurance will not pay for the things that I really need to have. And without my supplements, I can't function at all because I have severe bone deformities and arthritis from a lot of muscle spasms and falling and other problems. But I wanted to say to Dr. Amy Locke at the Integrative Medicine and everyone there, thank you for your care. For Nurse Lisa Norris and everyone, I thank you for all that you've done for me to bring me this far, and everyone who has carried me to get to this point. I thank you. And most of all, I thank God for just so much, and my friends and family at Zingerman's Deli. I thank you. I love you. You always help me when I can't speak. It's just awesome. I used to have so much mental problems, basically fear of not being able to say certain words or being able to communicate was very difficult for me. And with this disorder, you never know what part of you is going to stop working. And I'm hoping that I can reach a level of carbidopa-levodopa to the point where I'm stable enough to sustain my ability to keep walking and talking and even eating. I can digest more types of foods, even though I still have to be careful. I mean, it's just I would react to everything I ate. Instead of getting better, my tendons would swell up and I couldn't break down certain proteins. And I've always wondered why I have such trouble with protein and artificial sugars and dyes, and I don't know if it's a connection with having dystonia or having this hereditary problem. But when my dopamine levels are high enough, I'm able to digest food. I'm able to drink more beverages, and I can hold a coffee cup without spilling it on myself or others, and I can paint with ease without having any spasms. And I've never been able to create anything without having severe pain and disability afterwards. And now it's just so easy for me with the therapy. My challenges that I have now are walking and making it across a crosswalk before that red signal comes on, and if I don't make it, hoping that somebody knows that not to run me over. And that's the scary part at the moment. But I'm healing, and I want to keep on healing. And it's just even just to turn to the left. But there's something about when I had dystonia, I couldn't turn. When I had the severity of the dystonia, I couldn't turn at all. And once I started taking carbidopa-levodopa, which is Cinemet, the brand name is Cinemet, I started to be able to turn my head to the left. And even though it's still tight, I can do it. And it gets easier, but the more medicine I take, the more side effects I have, and the more depression I will experience. And I've been through that, and I can't take a whole lot of drugs. So to go slow and to be patient with myself, it's always been hard, because other people wanted me to get well fast so that I could be loved. But I need to be loved in order to be well. I need to love myself first so that I can give that back and to share with you all the wonders of medical science.